This is Lowlands, or Lowlands Away. I dreamed a dream the other night. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed a dream the other night. Lowlands away. I dreamed I saw my own true love. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed I saw my own true love. Lowlands away. I dreamed my love was drowned and dead. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed my love was drowned and dead. Lowlands away. And I'll cut off my yellow hair. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. No other man will think me fair. Lowlands away. My love lies drowned on the windy lowlands. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. My love lies drowned on the windy lowlands. Lowlands away. Sometimes the silence after the song is the most important bit. I can barely talk. It's the middle of the night. It's getting on for 2 a.m. I'm sat in my bathroom for the acoustics. And I'm thinking I've not recorded a podcast for ages. And then I start thinking, oh crap, damn, I should have done it. But I've been doing other stuff and that's okay. But we're December now and I still have recordings from back in the summer and June, and so I'm going to add those to this episode, so we can get a bit of sunshine, a bit of summer, because it's horrible at the moment. It's dark and it's gloomy, and that's okay. We're descending into the darkness now. It'll soon be the solstice and Yule. We've got our tree up. Writing Christmas cards and doing all those nice things, looking forward to some free time, and every day's a holiday really. I'm very fortunate, very blessed, very blessed, very blessed indeed. Another day I'll explain all that, but let's say we try and live outside of society best we can. It's always been my aim. Anyway, cut a long story short, it's the the 3rd of December, because it's now tomorrow, even though it's still today, but it's early hours, the 3rd of December. And I shall add a few more nice songs or something interesting to this episode, and I'll put it out there. Most of this was recorded over the summer. During the month of June, I'm just going through all my old recordings now, and hope you enjoy them. It takes me back to when we were in lockdown again, and it was summer and it was lovely and warm. Anyway, we start off in Southall, which is a small town not far from me in Nottinghamshire. Oh, this is really disappointing. I've just driven to Southall Minster. I did check on the website before I came, and I'm sure it said it was open, but just limited hours. I just came for a nice wander round. I just love old buildings, especially Southall Minster. I'm just stood at the gate, and yeah, there's a sign. It's now closed. What a shame. It's hard to believe that, I'd say about, 6 years ago, I was stood in this exact spot, and it was absolutely full of Morris dancers, clog dancers, and various other assorted folk dancers. And we came to dance the Gate to Southall. It's traditionally held every June, and loads and loads of folk dancers would dance all the way from Slab Square in Nottingham, or Market Square if you're not from Notts, all the way through the villages and dance their way to Southall. And there they'd take part in like a traditional ceremony to do with something to do with paying the Southall Minster for something. Anyway, I shall find out the proper details when I get home. So this is the history, a very short potted history of the Gate to Southall, from a friend of mine's website called Nottingham Hidden Histories. The word gate, when used in this context of the Gate to Southall, is derived from the Middle English / Old Norse gata, which means road or way. Thus, the Gate to Southall means the road or the way to Southall. Now, for those of you not from Notts, by the way, postscript, Southall is spelt Southwell. Okay. Anyway, the gate, as a custom, was founded as both a religious and civic event, and is linked to Nottingham's mother church, Southall Minster. It was founded by Paulinus, the Archbishop of York, and there has been a Christian church on the site at Southall since around the year 627. In 1108, work began on replacing the old Saxon church with a new Norman edifice, alongside which was to be a bishop's palace. Now that palace is beautiful, you can go in there. 1 year later, in 1109, Thomas Beverley was appointed as the new Archbishop of York. One of his first acts as Archbishop was to order that all parishes within his diocese of Nottinghamshire contribute a portion of their annual income towards the building costs of the new church at Southall. This became known as the Southall Pence, and in order that the money arrived safely and on time, the priest and church wardens of each parish were instructed to deliver it to Southall in person. Records show that the contribution from Nottingham's St Mary's Church, which is that one high on the hill, I think Robin Hood used to go there, correct me if I'm wrong, amounted to 13, is that S? What's that? Shilling and fourpence. Whilst that of the village of Stanton, near Mansfield, I don't even know where that is, but anyway, was 1p. Now this might not seem much, but what we think that the medieval penny had a current value of around £20. The total of the two contributions amounts to £256. Blah, 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 blah. And let me just say, I will post this really brilliant website on my blog so you can read it in full. But this tradition of the Gate to Southwell now has sadly finished. Yeah, I had a great time doing it. I've only done it once. Oh, there's a great picture here of the Morris dancers on the green outside Southwell Minster. Oh, it was an amazing day. I think back in the day, you know, going back, so maybe 20 years or so, they used to literally dance all the way through the villages. We actually we cheated, we got on a big coach and then got on and off the coach, going to different villages along the way. So I'm a clog dancer with Greenwood Clog and been dancing for, I don't know, 15 years or something on and off. And in fact, I've just bought a new pair of clogs, which I'm really pleased about. I haven't used them yet though, because they've got what you call rubbers. They've got rubbers on the bottom, so they don't make so much noise as I'd like. My other clogs make a hell of a noise. It's great. I'm literally so disappointed, I can't tell you. It's just so hot today, and I didn't want to just sit in the garden and be boiling. So I thought I'd come here, make the most of the weather, and then get cool inside the building. I came here the last time was on Christmas Eve. Now, I'm not particularly religious at all, more spiritual, but I decided to come on Christmas Eve to the carols by candlelight, and it was the most beautiful thing. Oh, it was just wonderful. I arrived just as they were starting and had to sit right at the back, so I did get an amazing view, and everyone had candles and we sung carols, and then the choir started singing and it was just like angels. It was beautiful. Yeah, well, I was going to go and look at the leaves of Southwell. There's some beautiful ornate carvings of leaves. They looked like ivy leaves actually. It looks like from the sign that they're actually being restored. It says here, the leaves of Southwell are hugely significant as part of our artistic heritage, but also have so much to teach us about the need to treasure the natural world. So they've had 1.9 million National Lottery Heritage Fund grant. Wow, that's amazing. They're 13th century carvings. Yeah, they're 13th century carvings, and it says they are amongst the finest in Europe and have long been a source of inspiration to artists and writers. And now an anti-war song that I recorded back on I think it was the 8th of November on Remembrance Sunday. That's my daughter snoring, by the way. She's fast asleep. So this is a song called The Song of the Lower Classes, or sometimes called The Song of the Common Man. We plough and sow, we're very, very low, and we delve in the dirty clay, till we bless the plain with the golden grain, and the vale with the fragrant hay. Our place we know, it's very, very low, it is down at the landlord's feet. We are not too low the bread to grow, but too low the bread to eat. We're low, we're very, very low, yet from our fingers glide the silken glow, the robes that flow round the limbs of the sons of pride. On what we get and what we give, we know our share. We are not too low the cloth to weave, but too low the cloth to wear. We'll low as to war we go, to fight some foreign country that yesterday was our greatest friend, but today's our enemy. God bless our boys, the papers scream, praise them the churchmen cry. When the war is won and it's home we come, who cares if we live or die? We'll low till that happy day, till we're caught to a heaven on high, where the freedom we never had in our lives will be there on the day we die. Well, if you see no worth suffering hell on earth for a promise of a heaven above, why not join the good fight that one day we might see a heaven down here below? I think that song is really relevant at the moment when we remember our war dead. If you want to listen to that without the noise of a puppy in the background, then it's on my YouTube channel anyway. Eat, Bake, Sing. The veils are really thin this time of year, so between Halloween and Remembrance Day. Well, it's Remembrance Day today, Remembrance Sunday today, but it's, you know, I always do something on the 11th as well. I believe that they're still going to have some kind of thing in London on the 11th, which is good. I went to see our local war memorial, and they've put some nice poppies around the edge with the names of all the local soldiers who died and their ages, and they were like 18, 20, 23, so young. Well, we actually went to a place called Rufford Park today, which is in North Notts, not so very far from Sherwood Forest, and like the central visitor centre at Edwinstowe, where Robin Hood and Maid Marian got married, of course. But Rufford Park, Rufford Abbey, is the ruins of an old abbey in a greater area called Rufford Park, and there is a story of the Rufford Park poachers, and I've researched this story. It didn't actually happen at the abbey in the abbey grounds, but that's where I went to record a song today. I think it went a bit wrong actually, so I'm just going to do it again here. So what happened is there were 40 poachers. They came from Mansfield. Some of them actually lived in caves. So there were caves in Mansfield as well as in Notts. And let me think, it was 1850, the year was 1850, and the poachers went to Rufford Park, and there was a big altercation with the gamekeepers, and it ended up that one of them died, gamekeepers, so a couple of the poachers were transported. Anyway, here it is, and yeah, like I say, I've researched the exact spot where it happened, and you can find it on the maps. It's quite near to Bilsthorpe rather than Rufford Abbey, and it's, I can't really explain, but it's near the train line, what is now a train line, and there's loads of gorse bushes still there. It's a dead end, you're not really supposed to go down there, but this, we went and had a look anyway. So a buck or doe, believe it so, a pheasant or a hare, was set on earth for everyone quite equally to share. So poacher bold as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. They say that 40 gallant poachers, they were in distress. They'd often been attacked when their number it was less. So poacher bold, as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. Amongst the gorse to settle scores, those 40 gathered stones, to make a fight for poor men's rights and break the keeper's bones. So poacher bold, as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. The keepers came with flails against their poachers and their cause, that no man e'er again would dare defy the rich man's laws. So poacher bold, as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. Upon the ground with mortal wound head keeper Roberts lay. He never will rise up until the final judgment day. So poacher bold, as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. The judge, he said, for Robert's death, transported you must be, to serve a term of 14 years in convict slavery. So poacher bold, your tale is told, keep up your gallant heart, and think about those poachers bold that night in Rufford Park. And with that, I shall say goodnight, because I really must sleep, because I'm up early in the morning. To Mansfield, actually. So jolly old Mansfield, where there is a story of there's the Miller of Mansfield, isn't there? Yes, must find that one too.